Welcome to Sauce Maho Radio Week 4. We're here with the ghettoest version of Sauce Maho Radio that you'll ever see in your whole godforsaken life. We're here, and it's been a great week of anime. Another great time. I'm your host, the man behind the cam, DN, formerly known as Director Nasty, your host for Sauce Maho Radio, the world's first, only, and ever will be anime radio show to exist in the whole sphere of anime. Today, we're having a lot of fun. We got the chop up and running. What we don't have up and running, though, is the goddamn soundboard and some of the other stuff. Because I ain't gonna lie. Right before I started this, my wavelength, Elgato, decided to crap out and start doubling my audio. We had to, cut that off. But the show must go on. Now, I did copious amounts of copium right before I got on this. So you see me getting off topic. You see me doing a little I don't know what's going on. Forgive me. Spotify users, if you didn't see what I did, I just had my hands on my face. I appreciate y'all too. But let's get into week 4, episode 4, of Sauce Maho Radio. All right, we're going to start classic, the start of Just the Tip. We're here just to examine a little bit of what's going on. So help me. Oh, no, that's not how that goes. Damn. You know what? I'm just going to turn it on. Yeah, we running now. We're starting the Just a Tip segment, hosted by DN, of course. This is brought to you by Olipop. Want soda, but don't want to drink all the sugar? You want a better alternative to that damn Pepsi? Better than Diet Pepsi, at least it tastes. And it looks cool, too. Get you a motherfucking Olipop. Delicious. It has prebiotics, botanicals, and plant fiber, and only 5 sugars per can. Yeah, I'm trying to work on my sponsorship stuff. Anyways, Just a Tip is brought to you by Olipop, not an official sponsor, just a nigga trying to get a bag. And Just a Tip, we're starting with the first show, The Suffering, once again, of Subaru ReZero. This week's episode was interesting in that I'm just going to say what everybody's thinking. This man Greed is creepy as all hell. Poor Subaru is going to be the second person to get to see that body. And of course, I'm talking about Amelia, of course, who got it all out and exposed. She don't know how she got there. She don't know who did that to her. But I'm just hoping this man did not cross no boundaries. I don't like Greed. I will say Garf and Subaru both showed massive growth in this episode. When Garf got knocked down, I wasn't sure how long it was going to be before he bounced back. But him and his homeboy, they got the and they bounced back, man. They bounced back real quick. So good for them. Subaru bounced back because I was expecting him to go down the cringe route of, you guys gonna handle that stuff. I gotta go save Amelia. But right off rip, he's like, helping y'all is helping Amelia in the long run. Let me handle this first, and now I'm gonna get my shawty. Massive growth from Garf and Subaru in this episode. The media in the hands of the goddamn arch-sin bishops, they was throwing hands, man. The witches cult did not come to play this time. Not that they ever come to play, but they was on some extraness. I thoroughly enjoyed in the fight where I was like, yo, YBR and Dork was like, that's a shawty. I'm like, I don't know if that's a shawty. My shawty sense are going off. Surprised it wasn't a shawty. It was 2 arms. And then surprised it wasn't 2 arms, it was 4 arms. What I always say, when there's 2, there's 4. Where there's 4, there's more. And there was hands for days in this episode. A lot of dope moments. Garf trying to get his lick back. They're fighting the archbishops. Everybody kind of flexing, but, it didn't really go nowhere. Best girl Mimi, she needs some milk. She took a big one for Garf, and that's essentially what had him down. And, I'm hoping she bounced back. That little pain share between the 3 of them probably saved her life. But, yeah, good-ass episode for sure. The Get Back versus Greed should be good, but, did I say Greed? Damn it. No, versus Greed. Gluttony, sorry. Gluttony? No, Gluttony, yes, sorry. Subaru versus Gluttony should be a good Get Back if he could keep his cool. We gotta do it for, what's the name of the shawty? Whatever her name is. We gotta get the Get Back for her, but Subaru gotta keep his composure. All in all, ReZero came through with another solid-ass episode. Good on them. I happen to like the last episode a little bit better because a little bit more emotional driven. However, this one with the hands, I'm not mad at it. Next on Just the Tip, we're going to touch the tip of arfuieta. Once again, the world building is shining through. The bunny people understanding that the empire is a mediocrity. Oh my god, I said it right the first time. I am a god. Understanding that they're mediocrity and wanting to fight for their own freedom and really show them that they deserve a seat at the table and they should not be jumped and overran. Their plan is good, but Hajime is like, what you're doing is a 3/4 measure. You need a whole measure, 8. And they're like, for real? He's like, I'm not gonna help y'all, because if I help y'all, it takes away from what y'all are trying to prove. But I could provide you with the resources. I'm not gonna let them see me, but we gonna get them, bro. And I'm excited to see how this plan's gonna go through. I do like that he gave the cosign that it was a good plan, but he also like, you gotta push it all the way. It's either you have them all on their knees begging for their lives, or like don't even do it. Because if you think they're gonna just respect you like going halfway, they're not the type of people to respect that. You gotta drop some juice on the floor and let somebody slip in it before they will understand that we are not to be toyed with. So instead of 300, we got 122 bunnies versus the Empire. So I'm excited to see the plan in motion, because yo, these bunny people are dangerous. They turning people into convertibles, lopping tops off, just rolling in the street like they're fucking Adele. No, she said rolling in the deep. That's my bad. Um, Koiki, oh my god. He was, again, annoying as ever. His optimistic, we should stick our nose in and save everybody and do everything. But, buddy, it's not your show. It's not your show. You're not the you're not the one who went from commonplace to world's strongest. But I did like the Ranger gimmick that they ran in this episode. It was funny, it was entertaining, it wasn't cringe, and it fit his personality perfectly. And then all the other people in the Ranger thing, they just had nothing better to do. So it was a good use of, like, I don't want to say fan service. It's character play, like RP. But it was dope. Alfred came through with another good one. But I'm really looking forward to Bunnies versus the Empire and how Hajime is gonna pull the strings in the background, because that's the real thing we're trying to figure out. Next, we got the GOAT, the number one, the top titty of the big three of the OG, not even the new gen. Bleach is running things then and running things now, and my man Ichigo Kurosaki, boy, he got no but hands, son. This man, Uru Ishida, was putting hands on him. Oh my God. Now, I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, you have to understand, Deanne. Ichigo's holding back because he doesn't understand what his friend is doing. So you got to make sure that he's not trying to kill him. He's just trying to stop him. That's what the Soul King said, too. Or that's what Yabuhua said, too. I'm like, listen, nigga, I know. I understand. It's very clearly depicted. There's multiple times where Ichigo is not trying to hurt Ishida. He's trying to have a fight no jutsu. He's trying to talk to him, bro. But Ishida's like, bro, I'm working on something here. Fight me, nigga. We just gotta throw hands. I got it. It gotta be believable. That's why in the moment where he uses the Geto Jujutsu, I know it's called Geshuzo Jujutsus, right? He uses it, and Ishida's like, man, I'm not even gonna block this. Weave. They had the little power, they had the little energy battle, and then he weaves it, and he's like, you fool. And he shoots that nigga. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, I was so happy he got his shit shot up, because he's not fucking with the plan. Now, apparently, I saw allegedly on Twitter that Ichigo finally caught on at the end. I don't believe that. I'm not gonna believe that. I wanna see Kubo tell me that Ichigo caught on at the end, because I don't believe he caught on at the end. I have no doubt in my mind that he got shot and he's like, what the hell is he doing? He was supposed to shoot me. And it's like, yeah, well, you over here the one not playing for keeps. But that homeboy's still looking at Ishida real fucking funny, bro. He's still looking at Ishida funny. I don't trust him at all. I love that Yabuwa versus the Soul King was a battle of philosophies. One is seeking advancement and is talking as if he's the left hand, and then of course you got the Migihami Kami that's coming through trying to instill stillness. Urataki's not going down without a fight. And they was just doing a whole lot of yapping and talking back and forth, but the Soul King didn't really have much to say. He's like, alright, bro, I hear you. You talking all this talk, but you can't stop me. But Yahabawa was talking some good stuff. I ain't gonna hold you, but we still can't let him do this because we don't know what the outcome's gonna be if he gets away with it. I love the fact that Yorochi was one of the few people that actually jump in and help Ichigo. I feel like he came up with a squad of 5, and like 3 of that 5 really wasn't doing nothing up there. They were just kind of watching. Now, I forgive them for not fighting with Ichigo against Ishida because they're in shock. That's their friend. They're clearly on another level, but at the same time, like, you could have rejected something. Chad finally threw his first punch only to get that shit weaved right back. And yeah, the Chad power scaling antics will never end. But I wanted somebody to help Yorochi. Because Yorochi was doing a bunch of stuff, sealing, trying to rebuild it. And she really just needed a bodyguard so Ishida couldn't sneak her. But I guess they just couldn't imagine that somebody was going to get up there, let alone Ishida. So it is what it is. I definitely know for a fact Ishida's working on a plan. He has something cooking, but we'll see if he can execute it because the Quincy is watching the fuck out of him. But yeah, dope ass episode today. Lots of fights. That's what the hands, baby. The hands was crazy. Next, we're getting into danmachi. Just a little tip of danmachi. Speaking of getting tips, Syr was trying to get bells, and things did not really go according to plan for her. This episode was a very odd one because the confusion was early, but it was on. I love that, Syr was pressing him and she was relentless about it. Like, she was really relentless. Like, she was almost, I'm gonna say, she was kind of beggy, bro. She was beggy. And I'm proud of Bell for setting his boundaries and standing up to her in the beginning and the end. The whole body switch thing, body double thing, was an interesting throw in. I think I realized that we might have gotten something wrong with the sear and the horn thing. I still can't quite put my finger on it, but now I'm starting to think that I don't know. So, how do I say this? I don't know when we were supposed to pick up that there was somebody trying to kill Belle. So apparently this whole season, there's been multiple times where no, we saw them jump Belle. What am I forgetting? You know what? I'm gonna drop that point. I'm gonna drop that whole point right now. Long story short, yes, Syr and Horn, not the same person, but are the same person. And as far as I'm concerned, one of them or both of them no longer exist in this world. And Freya has now absorbed her loose personality and she's gonna go get that boy herself, which is crazy. The wildest part of the episode was the Freya Familia running everybody's pockets, bro. And they didn't run everybody's pockets like, oh, we're just stopping you. They cut people. Like, the whole tavern squad was cut up. They made that girl she dropped her gimmick, bro. She dropped her whole gimmick. That's how bad they beat her ass. It was an absolutely insane episode. Absolutely insane. But the reveal that Horn wants to kill Belle because she doesn't want Freya to stoop down to the level of his basic ass self. I actually kind of support it. I ain't gonna hold you. She's insane. She's wrong. She should come up with a better way. But I can understand what it's like to have your hero on a pedestal and you feel like he's about to get into some peasantry and you don't want to see him come out into the filth. You know what I mean? It's like when Commissioner Gordon didn't want Batman to get in trouble because like if you he's like I have to keep my hands clean. So we need somebody to get into the filth and really do what needs to be done. And I understand that she's like, you are the pristine one. Don't come down to his level. I kind of get where she's coming from, but I ain't gonna lie. Freya, hey, she come get me whenever the hell she wants. What? Whew. No, she could come down. But yeah, that Manchi was crazy. I'm excited to see if we get more backstory. Because I wanna know like what does Horn do from here? Does Horn even exist in this universe? It's a lot of little things like that. So I'm excited. Next, we're getting into den. I ain't gonna lie. The action sequence in this episode was absolutely fire, but also overwhelming as all fuck. there was so many things going on. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna go back and watch this episode in dub because there was so much happening for like the first 12 minutes of that fight. There was probably so much awesome shit that I didn't even see or catch. I have to go back because a lot of times I'm trying to watch, I'm trying to read the subs, and doing both at the same times, hey, I'm gonna miss some fire ass frames. So I think I'm gonna go back and watch this in dub because I definitely want to get another. I definitely want to get my eyes on it again because it was amazing. But if I'm being real with you, the best part of the episode is like the last 5 minutes. Like the action sequence was dope. Them successfully acquiring said weenie, also dope. But the last 5 minutes stole the absolute show for me. Like to learn that Turbo Granny possibly wasn't as evil as she seems was a revelation I wasn't ready for. Like I now understand there's a location bound spirit and then there's her the legend. And to realize that, even the spirit was going around in time and when girls were unjustly being hurt, she would go to where they were and like console those spirits. And then that's how she became confounded with the location bound one. And it was a beautiful thing. It's like, oh wow. It's like, are you a ghost? Are you a spirit? Yes. But you also were just defending these shotties. Like there's something nice about that. There's something nice about that. And I like the world building they did with it, where there's kind of rules. The living don't disrespect the dead, and the dead is not allowed to hurt the living. I think that's a good deal we can all get behind. Like, just don't disrespect the dead. And they won't hurt you. But they also are not supposed to hurt you. So it's like there's a good balance there. There's a nice little bit of balance there. Um Okarun getting his wiener back. Oh no, he got his wiener back. Dope. The fight scene was awesome. What I wanted to talk about was at the end of the episode. This is why I said the last 5 minutes was the most impactful for me. We got the Turbo Granny lore, and then we got this moment, right? So I'm very glad that early on in reactions, y'all kind of got on us, and we each individually went out of our way to learn some of the language and some of the nuances of language of Japanese and even of Korean now. So I understood that when Okarun is leaving Momo's crib, he says sayonara, right? Which is the long goodbye, like goodbye forever, I'll never see you again. And Momo goes, bye bye, literally just bye bye in English, right? And he's walking away and he's like, sayonara. Sayonara? He's like, sayonara? Like he's almost like, damn, bye forever. Or is it forever? You think it's gonna be forever? Do I want it to be forever? And then they go to Momo, and Momo's back there. She's like, sayonara? She's like, is that what he meant to say? Does he mean he's not gonna talk to me no more? Why did he use the long one? What does he mean by that? Why didn't he just say see you later, Johnny? Why did he say sayonara? And then as they're both like considering it, she does what a best girl would do. She goes, hey yo, bro. He goes, huh? She's like, I'll see you tomorrow. And he's like, okay, that shit was wholesome, fam. It was absolutely wholesome. But it's one of those moments that you have to understand the Japanese language or you're not going to understand why it's so impactful. He was talking like, I was never going to see you again. She's like, bro, we're friends. You know that, right? Do you know that we're friends? We're good. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Like, don't worry about it. And at that moment, I ain't going to hold you. Because I'm a thug, I ain't cry on camera, but my thug heart was crying, bro. I was like, oh my God. Ah! She's going to get, she said, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's me because I'm a little bit older. And I've been in situations like that where, like, you kind of know it's the last time you ever going to talk to a shawty. And she's like, it don't got to be the last time. I was like, you mean that? For real? I can hit again? It's, yes! So that's why I feel that emotion and they conveyed it very, very, very well. I don't know if y'all ever been in that situation or not, but maybe that's why it meant so much to me. For me, it hit different, bro. I ain't gonna lie. For me, it really hit different. It was beautiful, man. And if you can't see the beauty in that, I don't even know what to say to you, bro. I don't even know. I can't explain it better than that. Those are the best analogies and examples that I have. But that part of the episode, that's what I keep saying about Dan, right? The action's fire, the world building's fire, the lore is fire, the shawties are fire. But they have this way of putting the shenanigans with the wholesomeness with the action, and they intertwine it so well to really hit on everything that's in your soul. It's 4 episodes in, and I'm just like, yo, this show's gonna keep getting better. Does it keep getting better? I feel like it has to peak at some point. There's no way this show can just keep getting better, but it does. And as long as they can keep this woven balance, nah, they're gonna make a quilt, bro. Fucking award-winning quilt at that. All right, the next tip we're jumping on is the Blue Lock. Oh man, this is a tough one. I ain't gonna hold. Isagi's on the path to recreating his formula. He did what all good ball players do. He went back to the film room. He's like, I need to figure out what I did, how I did it, and how do I do it again. So inevitably, he's gonna get his stuff together. Shout out to Nanose and Hiyori, the two mobs in his room. Yo, they're real W guys. I really thought they're gonna be lame losers, haters, low-key sneak dissers, but they're solid, 10 toes down right now. And because it's soccer, that pun was intended. Rio unleashed his special chameleon. He went crazy, but he still ended up losing. I don't know if that's gonna be enough for him. I did like how they explained what he can do, and they explained it very well, because I'm not gonna lie, cheap imitation, degeneration is still better than what a lot of other people could do. It'll always be at 99%, but 99% versus the one or three people who go like 105, 120 maybe, like you're still better than most. You're a one percenter. So like, is that enough to make you great for Japanese soccer? I don't know. We gonna find out. But there's something about Kakashi was a copycat, and Kakashi was a Hokage at one point. Maybe Ryo has a chance. The 1v1 dude was definitely cooler. That's definitely cooler. I like his little gimmick that, like, yo, on a 1v1, you're just not gonna see him, you're not gonna beat him. I thought that was a cool gimmick. But the real question is, who does Rin's bro want from Blue Lock? Don't answer that. I don't actually want to know. I'm waiting for the anime to reveal it. But I like that Rin's like, yeah, y'all want to say that under 20 is better than Blue Lock. But if I'm playing on this team, if there's somebody I want from Blue Lock, I'm gonna go get them. I think the prospect of somebody that is good enough to be with Rin is like just fucking around in Blue Lock potentially, just like going middle of the pack just because he wants to have fun, or he really thinks that highly of his brother, or he's using this as a method to crush his own brother. So I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is, but I'm interested to know who does he want. Next tip we're jumping on is Blue Box. Look, right now, my currently running favorite rom-com that we're watching. I'm going to tell you right now, slowly but surely, I'm starting to look at Dan to Dan as a rom-com a little bit more. So Blue Box might be in trouble. But right now, out of all the rom-coms, which isn't too many right now, this is the one top of the list. The toxicity has finally entered. That's what I love about the rom-coms. It gives me a level of toxicity that I don't want in my life. But I also don't mind watching, because it's very interesting to see. Hina's body betrays her words multiple times this season, or this episode, where she's moving, she's saying the right words, but her body's not conveying the right emotions. And the reason why that's so important is she's a rhythmic gymnastic. Rhythmic gymnastist. Ooh. You know what? Let me not say a big word. Gymnast. Oh, gymnast. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. She's a rhythmic gymnast, right? That means her emotions have to match her body as she's dancing. The fact that that is out of rhythm for her in how she's delivering and trying to be a wing woman to Taiki is insane. I had suspected from like episode 2 that this girl might kind of like him. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, that episode, I think she won Assist of the week 2 for her actions during that week. And I had to rescind everything I said about her. But in my heart, in my soul, I always deep down suspected that she liked him. But I wasn't going to tell y'all that. I couldn't tell y'all that. Y'all like, you're stupid. She said she's clearly just a friend. She just wants to help him. What kind of girl that likes you would help you get another... Yo, you'll be surprised how often a girl will both like you, not tell you, and then help you get other girls, just like Hina's doing right here. That's why me and Lee, we're like, She like him. She like him, right? I'm like, yeah, she like him. I've seen it happen in real life. Shit, it's happened to me in real life. Shit, I've done it in real life. Not proud of it. Not proud of it. Definitely not proud of it. But like, I've definitely done it in real life. It's just a thing. It's just legit. You know, you want that person, but there's a certain level of like, oh, they don't even look at me like that. You know what? Whatever, and you just kind of let it go. Um, Chi and Taki moments are cute. Both Taki and Hina self gaslight in similar ways. Where Taki's on this date, I'm gonna call it a date. Nobody else has to call it a date. I'm gonna call it a date. Taiki is on this date with Chi, and he refuses to even acknowledge that she might even like him a little bit. And then he gets a confirmation bias because when he finally does ask her about it, she kind of says something about apologizing and saying thank you for being such a gracious host. And it's like, that's cool and all, but now he's like, oh God, yeah, she was just taking me. She's not taking me to the aquarium because she likes me. She wanted to apologize because she felt bad. This is like a pity outing. Okay, I can deal with that. He's like, you know what, pity outing? I'm cool with it. I love the move he did with the phones and the penguins. He's like, yo, I know it's hard doing this. If you ever want to have a difficult conversation, yo, just send me one of these emojis. I'm gonna come right away. I'm gonna get into super serious mode and we'll talk about what's bothering you so we can make sure we rectify that situation as soon as humanly possible. And then 20 seconds later, she sends one and he's like, you're uncomfortable right now? I'm like, no, nigga, she's calling you to come closer. Closer, ooh, come closer. I'm burning up. Yeah, but anyway, so he gets all embarrassed. She gets all embarrassed. I'm like, ah, they gonna make babies in that house, boy. But yeah, nah, they're mad cute. They're cool. Their moments are dope. Taiki's continuing to act like a man and separate what he wants from his woman and make sure that he's bigging himself up to go pursue this woman in the correct manner. And Chi is just being Chi. There's something about when a girl likes a guy and I know that the girl likes a guy and I see everything she's doing, like that MC, that shoddy MC is automatically winning. And what's good about Chi is unlike the angel next door, she's not toxic. Yeah, the angel next door, she was intentionally doing things to make that boy fall in love. Chi is just being her natural self and being cute as all hell and just like operating as a strong, independent basketball shawty. I'm dead. But yeah, Hina not realizing. I think part of Hina's character in this blue box is that she didn't think Taiki had a chance with Chi either. So her not thinking that he has a chance with her kind of like was like I can root for him because it's like a 1 in 80 chance. Like he's not gonna actually get with her. So I'd be a bad friend not to root for him, but secretly hope on his downfall. So I'm gonna root for him. And then when she finds out he actually might have a chance, broken. I'm so excited to see what happens moving forward. What they're gonna do. I also want to see what his friend is thinking. I feel like his friend might like Hina because he be looking at her sometimes. So it would be, oh my god, I've been calling his friend a W Mans, but hear me out. What if his friend knows that Hina likes him and he wants Hina? So he's like, yo, if I get Taiki into a relationship with this other girl, then I can move on Hina. Oh shit. He's not a W man. He's a motherfucking snake. Well, no, I'm not gonna call him a snake. I'm not gonna call him a snake. If anything, he's smart, bro. Nah, honestly, kudos to him. He knows who his homeboy likes, and he's like, if I like, but the girl that likes him is right in front of me, but I like her. So if I make sure he's off the market, give her a little bit of time, and I can make my move. Yo, that's plotting at a high level. But I know this man is smart. Oh, he's sneaky, boy. He's sneaky, but I like it. But I like it. That's good. I really hope they bring that around full circle. That'd be amazing. That'd be a good kickback on them. All right. Next, we're moving on to Dragon Ball Daima. I ain't gonna lie, every time I say Daima, it sounds like I'm saying dimer, like in basketball, like I'm throwing dimes, but that's easy to remember this one. Um, Goku beefing with deities as usual, him versus Warp Sama. Why you always want to piss somebody off, bro? This dude has no couth, and I swear it's gonna be one. Well, actually, I was gonna say one day it's really gonna cost them, but like, there's been multiple times where him beefing with the deity has almost cost them. Like so many that I can't even count them on both hands. Like just the number of times that he almost made Lord Beerus destroy the world in the first place. Yeah, too many times to count. He almost the demon realm lore is cool. The air is thicker, which is gonna give Goku and them an accidental way to get stronger. Once again, we already see him getting acquainted to the air, getting acquainted, throwing punches and kicks, and soon he's gonna be flying in it full time. And then it's a matter of time before he's just gonna get accidentally stronger. I can't imagine what next form he's gonna get, but it's gonna be insane. I just already know it's gonna be insane. You didn't have to tell me. Goku's one thing about Dragon Ball across the board. Whenever the story only has Goku in it, it's a lot of times either shenanigans or fighting. Y'all know me. If you're gonna have shenanigans, they gotta be interesting shenanigans. Shenanigans that I could get behind. Right now, there's shenanigans going on. They're alright. They're okay at best. I'm excited to see everybody else come into the demon realm. I'm excited to get the boxing. I'm excited to even find out who the actual bad guy we're gonna be dealing with this season is. Because right now, King Goma, they're setting up like King Goma, but there has to be somebody before we get to King Goma. So like, who's the body man? Who's the body man we got to deal with? And that's what I'm looking forward to. But of course, the Dragon Ball, I'm always waiting for things to pick up until we get to the boxing. I openly said that of all the series to exist in anime, Dragon Ball is one of the few series I'm very okay waiting to binge. With Super, I would let an entire arc of Super end before I'd start watching, because, like I said, it's a lot of the story is good, the story's interesting, but I came to fight, bro. I came to see the fights, and I'm okay. Dragon Ball is the only series I'm okay saying I came to see the fights. The yapping, yeah, I don't got a lot of yapping time for Dragon Ball. The stories be good, they're interesting, but I came to see niggas fight, bro, and turn Super Saiyan. So right now, we ain't get to know boxing. We got a little bit of boxing right now, but I'm ready to get to hands. That's just what it is. Next, we got the Ranma. Honestly, this episode of Ramna was the best episode so far. And I don't know, it's best episode so far. That's all I'm gonna say. I was gonna get hyperbolic for no reason, but I'm not gonna do that. Hyperbolic? Whatever. For no reason. This episode legitimately had everything. I liked last episode a lot. This episode blew it out the water. The lost guy gimmick of his double gimmick of one always being getting lost and not making it the fights on time, and two, him turning everyday items into absolutely dangerous weapons. That's good fucking shenanigans, bro. Cause like in the reaction, he used the umbrella, and it's like, how strong is here? Is how strong that umbrella? And the Dark World's like, both. I'm like, both? She's like, both. I'm like, okay. And later on, you find out that umbrella is like a heavy ass umbrella, fam. And this umbrella is really out here doing damage. And then he starts whipping out the bandanas and throwing them like fucking boomerangs. But they're not boomerangs because they're sharp and they cut through shit. And niggas was actually in danger from bandanas being thrown. I was like, what is this? Crips vs. Bloods? What the fuck? But he was hilarious. It was a good ass shenanigans. It was very good. Ramna not remembering why he's even mad at him was also absolutely hilarious, because it's like, he's like, yeah, he's mad at me. Why? I don't know. He's like, maybe it's because I took food from him like 7 times. And to this moment, we still don't know why he's mad, because I thought it's because he ditched out on the. Oh, it is because he ditched out on the fight. It's because he ditched out on the fight. And then after it was ditched out on the fight, he's trying to figure out what did I eat. And then this dude is still mad at him. He's like, he said a line, something along the lines of, you took X and Y, Z from me. And it's like, what do you mean by that? But the best part of the episode was it going from hands to wholesome really fast. And that Akane once again is trying to save Ranma from exposing his breastises to the whole goddamn world. And in his way of like not putting her in danger, because he also cares about her. She cares about him, she jumps into danger. He cares about her, he wants her out of danger. That is an instant clash of ideologies, and that's why we saw this blow up between him and Akane. I thought it was beautiful because she doesn't understand that he wants to keep her safe and out of danger, and he doesn't understand that Her way of showing that she cares about him is jumping into danger to defend him and hold his secrets and do whatever he needs. It's a beautiful misunderstanding. And until they both see each other's side, it's just going to keep happening. It's not going to get any better at all. But this episode showed and proved that they have mutual interest in each other. I'm not going to say they are like each other. I'm not going to say ski, they love each other. I am going to say you cannot deny that the interest is there. I've had people trying to say in the comment section, oh, Akane likes Ranma, but Ranma doesn't like Akane. And then other people are like, Ranma likes Akane, but Akane doesn't give a damn about Ranma. I'm like, you're both wrong. How are we watching the same show and y'all are still wrong? Some of y'all have watched this from the 90s or the 80s and you're still wrong. How, Sway? Explain that to me. On God's green earth, how? The interest between them is very, very clear. And if you don't want to call it interest, investment, whichever word, both of them apply. I think it's beautiful. The absolute part of the episode that sent me fucking crying though was when this man whipped out the belt like he was Pootie Tang, and he's like, ah! As soon as he threw the belt and it went off into space, I knew the belt was coming back. I'm like, it's like what's it called? There's a thing in cinematography where once something is introduced, the scene can't end, or the show or the movie, the medium can't end until that thing comes back around. So for me, the moment the belt goes off into the ether, I'm like, this belt's coming back. I don't know where or when, but this belt got to come back. And the way that it came back and what it did, absolutely insane. And then they just end the episode right there. I'm excited to see what they got cooking, how she's gonna take her new buzz, and if we're gonna get some more sauce on whether sister knows that she likes the other man and what that's gonna do between her and Ramna. Because that's still something that has to be addressed. It still has to be addressed, in my opinion. And the last tip we're jumping on, of course, is the only tip right now, especially a horn that I would let near me. And we got back in Dorsey. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus Almighty. Whoever is above or below, not calling you for help, just saying if this was you, no, actually, no, stay over there. Thank you, all the entities and deities to exist, including in Dorsey Jihad herself. We got her back, bro. Finally, we got a cohesive, what I would call a cohesive episode of Tower of God. Everything was, the dialogue was good, the information was clear, the animation was animating. And Dorsey, of course, carrying everything on her back and her toes. It was a good episode. I do like that Rock was calling out Kun for ever overthinking. He's like, what are you doing about it? And Kun's like, well, I have to think about, I have to consider, I have to. He's like, Rock's like, but what are you actually doing about it? Are you making moves or are you just thinking? And he's like, I guess you're right. And so now we're gonna get Kun in action. Which I don't think it was fair to say that he's not doing anything, but he is paralyzed. And this goes to something I said in like the second or third episode of the season, even, or I guess of the first core. I was like, why Kun? You have all the information in front of you to know that this is Bam, but you're just blatantly ignoring it, and you're asking very obvious questions that you already know the answer to. I'm like, what are we doing here? But that's what Rock is talking about. Like, yo, you're overthinking it, bro. You've seen him box him, bring him back, figure out what's going on so we can just end this for once and for all. You went around the long way? He was in front of you. You went around the long way? What are you doing? So I like that Rock came in through and called him off. I'm glad the plotting is here. I like the more reveals that Emily is potentially a real person and that there's bad guys, not bad guys, there's businessmen who are hosting this workshop because there's a lot of gambling and money involved, but also what they're doing experiments within the battle to collect data and information. I think it's very social. I think it's very much a social commentary on how we will sign up for all these damn apps, websites, and other things, and they're just making money off of us doing parlays and selling our personal information to the highest bidder. It's a real interesting thing. I don't think they're going for that on purpose, but that's what I took away from it. And I like that it's showing a little bit of mirror of like, yeah, y'all think climbing this tower and all this stuff. This is all about power, baby. It's all about power at the end of the day. Y'all peons, y'all think y'all want to climb the tower. We just gave you something to do. Climbing the tower is just something to do. As far as I know, I don't know what's at the top of this tower. If there's a top of this tower, as far as I'm concerned, it could just be a giant freaking tower scheme where you just keep climbing, but there's really no top. It's just more and more rich people, more and more powerful people as you go up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I will say though, animation's still kind of ass. Animation is still definitely just a little ass, boy. But it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the next episode because it should be smoke. We gonna see what this little girl at the back, what she about to do. All right. That is the end of the first segment. Let's jump into the chat. What's going on, chat? What y'all got? We out here. What's going on, Zachary? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Let me see. Did I send you those old pics? For reason gluttony needs to eat a knuckle sandwich. So not how they write these boys that can't resist girl like Syr. Like I got my eyes on Makoto, eyes of Ryu, but Syr might have had me that night. Yeah, you would have cracked. There's like Syr to be a Freya person though. Yeah, facts. Road the hell's paid with good intentions. Dan. Facts. GG, what's going on, GG? Sorry, GG, I didn't see you was in here. I'm doing the radio show, so I wasn't talking. My girl Hina's such a nice girl, but yeah, she definitely she definitely got feelings. We out here. I lost when she walked up to her friend and she noticed that her face is sour and Hina herself didn't even notice. I'm telling you, it's insane. Blue Box is really my ish. I like it. I'm surprised you're gonna say that. Man's is playing for his own interest. Facts. Tower of God is a pyramid scheme. Is it not? Is it not though? I'm telling you, it's pyramid scheming to me, bro. It's pyramid scheming to me. This commercial break is brought to you by water. Are you tired of getting acne? Are you tired of your piss being yellow? Are you sick and tired of your breath stinking like morning ass? Then I suggest you drink some water. Preferably about a gallon or 3 liters a day would be best for most people. 3 liters at the very least. Why? Drinking water hydrates your body. Don't forget, you're 76% of it. It helps your blood move better. It helps your cells grow. It moves bacteria and waste through your skin so that you can have a nice, smooth skin. Not like mine's today because I've been eating like shit. But you can have better skin. Water. Give it a try. You need some. And don't forget to use it to also wash your ass. So Syr is just a Freya personality, right? That's a general consensus. From my understanding, Syr. Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me break it down. Real quick. Let me break it down. There's Freya, there's Horn, and there's Syr. I believe that Syr is Syr. Horn is the little girl. Okay, one of these, either Horn or Syr is the little girl that wanted to use Freya's name and became one of the personalities, right? I think Syr, right? So she grows up, her name is now Syr, but she's a personality of Freya. So they're like sharing like a body slash soul. So from my understanding, Horn still exists, but Syr slash Freya has now been reabsorbed into regular Freya. So now instead of there being Freya, Syr, and Horn, it's Freya and Horn. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. I'm not quite sure, but that's my understanding. I think some people would disagree. They would say you got it wrong. But so why was she working at a bar? See that personality is Syr? Because that's just what she was doing. That's literally just what she was doing. Like I don't think like it's one of those things like I was like, is it that deep? It's actually not that deep with her. That is just what the fuck she was doing. That is how she wanted to spend her time. She was just working in a bar chilling. If you told me that the first day she was working at the bar was the first day that she saw Belle and so she decided to stay, I would believe it. But from my understanding, she was just working at that bar, just living her best life. Like it's one of those things like she would go home to the Freya familia, which is not a loser familia. I'm pretty sure the Freyas have monies and they chilling and shit. So in the night, in the daytime, she would be out working, hanging out with her friends and meeting patrons. And at night, she goes to her dope ass castle at the Freyas. So like with the Freya familia, so like yeah, she was basically living every rich person's kind of dream. Like I'm just not gonna do shit. That's why she was working on a bar. Is she on the cover? I don't know. So one chase now that made her get aggressive. Eyes and Ryu, girls that are seeking competition arrive. I guess no. I definitely think so. It's one of those things. She saw him first. She liked him first. She sees how much attention he's getting, and she's like, "Well, I feel like I was here first, so I'm gonna try to make sure that I go for it first. Nobody else has really shot their shot, which isn't fair to say because technically Hestia has shot her shot like multiple times, but at the same time he doesn't take her that serious. But I love that he still is willing to use her as an excuse for why he won't do stuff. But yeah, I feel like competition got steep, and she's like, oh, I might really lose him, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take my shot. Freya party, oops, Freya party knew, yeah, Freya party knew, bro. The Freyas knew. Apparently, from my understanding, the Freya familia both knew that Syr. They both knew that Syr wanted to take Belle for her own, but they also knew that Horn wanted to kill Belle. They knew that he wanted that she wanted to. They knew both things were happening at the same time. Syr was allowed to go get Belle, and Horn was allowed to kill him. Why I don't know. Why I don't know. Yo, we need to discuss the maids, all of them. Bruh, those maids, the maids are looking good, boy. Maids are looking real fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. Something's happening. I don't know why they're important. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Well, no. Okay, on one hand, we know why one's important. We saw who her brother is. Her brother's in the Freya family. Like I know those maids are nothing to snuff at. They're nothing to turn your nose up. I understand that they're strong and powerful by all means. But besides that, what their importance is, I don't know. But I'm excited to figure it out. Like, do we know they can speak normal? Today years old, my boy. Today years old. I was like, oh, they made her break character, bro. It's like they're all hiding their identities. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said I didn't realize that everybody who works at that bar is running from something. I was like, everybody who works at that bar is running from something. What they're all running from, I don't know. I think they're all running from different things, responsibilities, this, that, or the other. But every single one of them are running from something that work at that bar. Like how Rio is a top class adventurer. Yeah. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. They're all running from something. Not the same things necessarily either, but every single one of them is running from something. That's it, man. That's it. But she's working there like nothing. Yup. Mama Mia is sus. I don't think Mama Mia is a sus one. I feel like everybody else is a sus one. I think everybody else is a sus one, in my opinion. That's just me though. That's just me though. Everybody else is sus. Mama Mia is just like, look, if y'all want to come work here, and y'all gonna make me some money, so be it. Like I don't need to know. It's like you don't got to tell me anything or everything. Just come make this money, be reliable, and we're good. As long as you could do those things, like what we talking about. The human girl that can't read? Yeah, me either. Me either. All right. That commercial break. She's the one that slapped sense in the Ryu. Oh, I see. All right. We're going to get back on track. I'm take one more sip of this water. Get you some. We're going to go check the quest board and get into some anime news and topics. First news slash topic on the quest board is we got Fire Force Season 3 is in production. Finally, part 1 is supposed to come out April 2025. Part 2 is supposed to come out January 2026. David Production is on the beat. They're the ones doing it. This is going to be the final TV season. When I hear the final TV season, I hear one of two things. Either this is the last season and we're not getting any more, whether it's finished or not, but I believe people said this last season should finish it. Or two, we're getting a movie. We're going to get a season and a movie to finish it off. I am not a fan of that very much, but if it happens, I understand why. I would like it to just end with between April and January, but if we gotta wait for a movie, so be it. I just hope that the movie comes soon. Fire Force, you guys know, is very near and dear to my heart. It is one of the few shows where I've been waiting as long as y'all have been waiting. Because we saw Fire Force season one when it came, like within days or weeks when it came out. And if Fire Force season two came out, we were right on top of it. So this is one of the few animes where like I am with y'all. I am in a 3-year drought. I ain't seen my goddamn show, and I want to watch it right goddamn now. And we're finally getting our moment, and I'm excited. The thing about Fire Force that you cannot fuck up the sound design. David Productions, please, if you hear me, do not fuck up the sound design. I don't turn into Slideshow Simulator 2.0 either. You know, don't give it the blue lock treatment. But that sound design in Fire Force is so dope. I love the usage of the sounds in every single moment. The vacuum sounds, like they just make everything in Fire Force sound so fucking cool. And please, God, Kami Okami, give me more Benny Maru. I need that man doing more gangsta thug shit, and I want it animated. But yeah, Fire Force season 3, last season, coming soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Support it. Support it, support it, support it. I just personally really, really, really hope that there is no production issues, and I hope that there is no movie. Just give me the whole season. Give me the whole thing, please. Next up in anime news, we got Go Go Loser Ranger Season 2 is in production. Broadcast begins in 2025. I'm not gonna lie to you, people aren't gonna like hearing this, but I'm not excited for Go Go Loser Ranger. I feel like the premise was amazing. The art style is nice. The animation kind of iffy. The story itself really fell off for me. They was cooking so hard like in the first 6 episodes, but I feel like in the last 6 to 8 episodes of last season, we really, really, really hit a point where it was like, what are we doing here? It felt part dragged out for a little bit too long. It just no. It just felt disconnected. It felt very disconnected. The Ranger arc, the whole fighting in a parking garage. I think it was a little too drawn out. I can see some of the philosophy and the storytelling they're trying to do. I definitely understood the world building of what they're doing, that everything isn't as it appears, but that's why I started watching the show in the first place. I feel like in the second half, in that second core, we were like a car stuck in sand. The wheels were turning, right? And I could see y'all was trying to put in work, but the sand was just being shot out and it didn't really hit for me. So I'm glad it got a season 2. I'm happy to see it going into production. I don't know when I'm gonna watch it. I think this is one of those ones, if we don't react to it, I'm gonna wait to binge it. I'm definitely gonna wait to binge it. I'm gonna have to see what the streets say because it definitely has a fantastic premise, but I feel like some of the execution is very hit or miss. What's going on, R? Go Go Loser admit I only watch because you guys were. Dirk was not gonna like this. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Next in anime news, we got Apothecary Diary Season 2 coming soon. We're right around the corner. It says scheduled for January 10th. Man, that means I just gotta hold on for what? 2 months before I get my girl Momo back? Look, Apothecaries caught me off guard. I did not, and I should have known because of the show about hoes that I would probably like it. But I like it for all the reasons you wouldn't think I'd like it. The hoes are interesting. The fan service is amazing. But Mao, and her story and her abilities in the inter palace politics, by far takes the cake on the hoes. By far takes the cake. It is so well woven and intricately told. And I love the little bit of edge where, like, if you're already kind of like a science nerd or science buff, that you could be ahead of the curve on some things, on trying to figure out like what she's doing, some compounds that she's mixing, things of that nature. Those are multiple times in the season of Apothecary where, because I have a really good science background because of what I did in my undergrad and college, I have a really good, strong science background. Science was always my favorite shit in school. I understood exactly what she was doing at times and how she was going to do it, what her execution was going to be, and it allowed me to kind of predict what was about to happen next. So I'm hella excited for Apothecary Diaries to come back. It definitely deserves a season 2. I'm excited to see what we're going to do with the Sweet Prince now that the cat's kind of out of the bag, and I'm interested to see if their connection is going to grow any bigger, any stronger, given circumstances, because they know a lot about each other right now, and it's very much one of those times where it's like, so now that everything's in the open, what we doing? What we doing? Just wondering where we go from here. What plots to come for them? Not probably something I look forward to. Yeah, agreed. Last but not least, in anime news, the fourth week, the top animes of the week rating came out. And right now they have number 1 with Bleach at 9.5. They got number 2, Dan 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 at second place with a 9.0. And they got ReZero Season 3 with an 8.9 as the top 3 animes airing right now. If I'm being real with you, yeah, they're spitting right now. They're absolutely spitting. If I could, if I absolutely positively had to, no, I couldn't do it. I was about to lie to you guys. I was like, I want danmachi in this top 3, but I had to sit here and consider for a moment. If I put danmachi in the top 3, what am I taking out between Dan, Bleach, and ReZero? And I can't give you a good answer right now. I just can't give you a good answer right now. I don't know what I would take out, but I want danmachi up there. Can I put danmachi like as 3B? Like 3B? Or maybe I could put Dan and Bleach at 1A and 1B, and I put ReZero at 2, and then 3 could be danmachi. But I feel like I'm still cheating, because you know when something ties, it goes 1-1, and then third place gets third automatically. So it'd be cheating. So no, I'm gonna leave these rankings alone. The only thing I would say, because I'm biased as hell, because Kubo is my GOAT, I'm telling you right now, I got Bleach like at a 9.8, right? I got Dan at a 9.4, and I got ReZero at 9.3. Like, Dan and ReZero, they're beefing, bro. They're beefing. And the only reason Dan has the edge right now is because it's something I haven't seen yet, and I feel like it's tugging at more of my heartstrings than ReZero currently is. Very much, we're talking about anime news. It's very much tugging at my heartstrings, very, very much. So these rankings, usually IMDb, their rankings, I'm like, who needs that? And there's sometimes I see other rankings from like other anime sources with like only 5K votes, 8K votes, and I'm like, y'all are real. This is what the streets is talking about. I can't believe that. But IMDb today, y'all are spitting. Y'all are spitting real good. Much respect to it. All right. That is the end of the anime news. Let me go back to read chat. Let me see. 4 minutes away. Perfect timing. A nice little commercial break. Hold on. Do you find yourself with dry, chapped lips? Do you often wish that you could make your lips sparkle better so people would be more attracted to them? Do you want to make sure you don't have those little fuzzy strips hanging off of it so your lips don't look funny? Get you some Burt's Beeswax, and lip balm. It's nice. It's organic. It's probably not organic. Is it organic? No, it has responsible source beeswax from Burt's Bees and Values. Long story short, nah, it's fucking amazing stuff. I use Burt's Beeswax on my lips all the time. It helps me in any season, spring, summer, winter, fall. It gives me nice, kind of shiny, but not overly shiny. It's not gloss, but it's clearly moisturized lips, and it's one. And And when you go to kiss a shawty, you could leave a little bit on her, or you go to take a drink out of your cup. And the best part about it is it's beeswax, so the water is it's hydrophobic, so the water just goes right into your mouth. You don't have to worry about leaving it on anywhere. Me personally, the only things I put on my lips is burp, beeswax. Okay, that commercial break's over. I ain't gonna lie. Doing these two little commercial breaks, I be so fucking stupid, bro. Can't worry about these sin archbishops bringing the evil voice and acting. Sir, wait your turn. I heard you mention ReZero. I'm like 10 episodes in and I'm quite bored. Do you think I should keep watching it or drop? You're bored 10 episodes in? I'm not gonna tell you to watch it or drop it. I will tell you that ReZero keeps getting better. That's all I could tell you. I'm not gonna tell you to keep it or drop it. I'm gonna tell you it keeps getting better. I struggled with ReZero at first. Okay, I'll tell you this. If you get to episode, if you're in season one and you make it to episode 18 and you don't feel nothing, okay, drop it. But like, if you gotta make it to episode 18 at the very least. Make it to episode 18. Rizzo be cooking. ReZero does cook. You just gotta let it do its thing. I promise you, it cooks. It gets better. I don't say a lot about. There's a lot of shows that I wouldn't say it keeps getting better to, but ReZero definitely keeps getting better, no doubt. All right. Oh, hold on. I gotta go open the door, and then we'll come finish. Oh, bees. Okay. Ugh. All right, bro. I'm gonna go watch it. Thanks. No problem. Take it easy, fishy. Okay. Let's get into the last part, the grand finale. We're getting all the smoke and all the sauce. It's time for us to get into the awards of the week. Oh, wait, no. Let me stop. Okay, it's time for us to get into the awards of the week. For the romance of the week today, we're giving it to Ranma and Akane. Watching her go so far to protect Ranma and his ungrateful ass, showing how strong she cares, is far more than I imagined. Again, as I stated, her way of showing she cares is protecting Ranma. His way of showing that he cares is by keeping her out of danger. Ranma seeing he hurt her and trying to make it better was also a very big piece of growth on his end. A lot of times he would hurt her feelings. He'd just be like, whatever, like, tell me, and just go about it. But this time, he saw the rupture and he tried to repair it. Now, of course, before he could repair it, they got cut down, literally and figuratively. And then she got cut up, once again, literally and figuratively. And they weren't able to really reconcile and come to an understanding. But it was a massive shift in how they were from episode one. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I believe their investment closed the gap faster than I expected. I really thought we would have what we're seeing right now and like their emotional investment to each other. I didn't expect to see it like really come out exposed like that for like another 2 or 3 episodes. But in this episode, it was flourishing at the end, and like she was so emotional, like she really cares. Like she cares, bro. And I love that he took it serious enough to like he wasn't gonna go make fun of her. He was gonna go act a fool. He was gonna go do right by her. So and I don't think I didn't peep that Akane likes him as both. Akane likes him as both. She don't care if he's in the shoddy or the shoddy form or not. She like both. I think I ain't gonna hold you. I don't got no proof. I put money that she kissed the girl version before she kissed the boy version. I have no proof, No proof at all. But I think that the first lip lock is with the girl version. And then we're gonna find out if her spit is gonna turn him into a man. Ooh, I'm excited. But yeah, so next award goes the funniest moment of the week. The funniest moment of the week right now goes to Goku trolling Warp Sama. There wasn't very many very ha ha hee hee moments in anime this week. A lot of it was heavy, a lot of it was wholesome, emotional, frustrating. But Dragon Ball came with the shenanigans. And because they chose shenanigans, haha, shenanigans, they got the fun. Yo, Goku is forever trolling some sort of entity or deity. He's just and honestly, he's not even trolling like, oh, I'm being a troll. He means it with his whole heart, the questions that he's asking. It's just disrespectful. It's like when I used to be fat as fuck and I'd be in the store and there's a little 3-year-old that'd be like, Mommy, why is he so fat? That was the type of shit Goku is doing, bro. Like the kid don't know better. The kid don't know to watch their mouths. The kid don't know that's rude. The kid's just operating, and that's what the fuck Goku is doing with Warp Sama. But again, there's elements of it. Yo, it's objectively funny as hell. It's funny, bro. The kid didn't know any better. It's funny. It's Kid Goku. It's funny. Yeah, Warp Samos. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I did not expect Warp. The only reason Warp Sama let them in is because freaking Kai changed his ears to pointy, and after he changed his ears to pointy, he gave that pin code so motherfucking fast. He's like, give it right now, get the hell up out of here. Go. Right now. It's the end of you and me. And they just dipped. What's up? All right, next award of the week goes to most hype overall. Ain't no surprise here. I'm giving it to motherfucking Zero. Based on reason I had the most ups and downs that kind of moved me outside of like the wholesome stuff. Cause I went from hype to oh damn to what's going on here to hype again. It did a very good job of bouncing up and down. The big two bounces that really came though, like the Ion Pixar, was Al, for whatever reason, refusing to fight in front of people. That was one of those moments that it dropped. It's like, oh, that's weird, buddy. What do you mean you're not going to join in the fight? What do you mean you got something else you have to do? What the hell's going on? And then to give him the hype of the fights, we had the downs with Garth realizing, he should have like Mimi getting hurt was kind of his fault. He was down in the dumps. Subaru's like, yo, you gotta pick yourself up. We gotta go do this. The other Wolf home is like, yo, let's get this bread. And they went to war together. And it was a dope ass fight. Everybody got to shine. Everybody got to show off. And yeah, and then we got the next drop where Felt Sama is being held captive in front of Reinar or Julius. No, Reinar, red hair Reinar, purple hair Julius, red hair Reinar, because his trash daddy is one that's holding. And she's like, just go. She's like, don't even worry about me. I'm gonna handle him. And it's like, yo, what is going on down here? ReZero does such a good job of having so many moving pieces, and it does a real good job of the roller coaster in this last episode. That's why I'm giving it to the most hype overall. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, there were some other hype moments in a lot of animes this week, but the hype of the fight for ReZero, the surprises with the extra arms coming out, and then the Lust Dragon pulls up, and I'm thinking it's gonna be like some tiny shot. He's a big ass dragon, and if we fucking put in work on the dragon just regenerates. Like, you thought you was gonna hurt me? Are you dumb or are you stupid? And then she gets bored and walks away. Absolute peak moments. Most hype for the week goes to ReZero. There was a lot of hype anime this week, but I'm gonna give it to ReZero out of respect for what they're able to do. It's come a long way. Hands of the week goes to Bleach. Ishida versus Ichigo. The fight, listen, I was so mad a couple weeks ago when the discourse on Bleach was, well, Bleach doesn't have any sword choreography. Bleach doesn't have any sword play. What the fuck are we talking about? This is Bleach, bro. There was entire arcs where Ichigo's getting his pockets ran by his own sword. That swordplay in itself. Every time Hirochi's on the screen, I got a little bit of swordplay going on too. There's just multiple ways we see them throwing knives, and y'all just want to act like that we don't do it. You don't go count the ghetto superstar that he shot at Ishida, right? You're not gonna count that one either. Anyways, let me stop. I'm gassing up swordplay and bleach, but to be honest with you, the reason why this is hands of the week is actually because of Ishida, the Lash Quincy. He really came to show off what the fuck they've been doing in the lab. He was very much able to keep up with Ichigo. Again, as I stated, I know and understand that Ichigo is not trying to kill Ishida. But Ishida needed to make it look like he was trying to kill Ichigo, and he fucking did. I loved his Stern Ritter power. I like that when he shot it, it was in the same form the Stern Ritter on his back. I love that his superpower, his ability is like autonomous arrows, just hundreds of them chasing you and shooting at you. I remember he told us before, I could shoot 1,000 arrows before you could shoot one. I feel like he said that like maybe in the first 50 episodes of Bleach. I forgot who they was fighting, and he said that shit, and it was thugging since then. And just to see that's what his power literally has become. Just thousands of arrows that fly. They're destructive when they hit you, but they also shoot bullets at you. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The plotting was amazing. Ishida's and his ability. There's multiple times where like he's forcing Ichigo to come a certain direction so he could get a clean shot. There's the moment where he matches Ichigo's power, and then Ichigo's gonna go Tensei like breaks through Ishida's, and he just weaves it, and he's like weak shit. Bow shoots him because Ichigo never thought he was actually gonna shoot him. Why? I don't know. It's like if you don't get that this is a ruse, I gotta shoot you regardless. Whether you understand that this is a ruse or this is not a ruse, you're supposed to hit me, but now I gotta hit you. So what now? Absolutely beautiful. Ishida has always been a cerebral fighter. He's always been a step faster and just a quick thinker than all his opponents. And I always forget, and the Dark Will pointed this out, we always forget how cool Ishida is when he fights because he doesn't really get to fight in front of us too often. But every time we see him fight, it's always like, holy crap, he's the fucking GOAT. I love watching Ishida fight. It's too bad it had to be against Kurosaki, but somebody got to get their pockets ran, and it wasn't going to be him. It is what it is. But yeah, hands of the week goes to my man Ichigo versus Ishida. Shout out to Ishida for really making the fight look dope. Because Ichigo is just trying to talk. And Ishida's like, we not talking today, bro. Fight me, son. Most despicable. Most despicable of the week. It's no surprise who's getting this award. Boo him with me. Boo! Boo! Greed, you suck. Nobody likes you. That's why you got 70 wives. Because the first 69 ran off on you. Your shit don't please them. Your breath probably stink. Your hair looks oily. And it looks like your left shoe, you've been wearing it on your right foot. Because you got a little fucked up walk when you come into the circle. Nobody enjoys your presence. And I will never forgive you for getting to see Amelia's body before my homeboy Subaru. That's crazy work. You just met her. You don't even know her name. You're the worst type, buddy. The absolute worst type. I also don't like that he came into the room and the first thing he asked her is like, you got that cherry or nah? Because, like, it's none of your business. Now, because I know he's a heinous individual, right? I said it like this. What's the right answer for her to say, yes or no? I think the general consensus is everybody says you should say yes, that you haven't been touched, that your cherry's still intact, so that he won't kill you and he'll marry you and you have time for people to save you. I said, that's very optimistic of y'all because what if you say yes and because of greed, he wants to consume someone that knows what they're doing? And because she doesn't know what she's doing, actually, now that I say it out loud, it actually sounds stupid. But at the same time, I stand by what I said. Yes or no. It could be that, she could say, yes, it's intact. And then he's gonna be like, well, why? No, it is stupid. He definitely wants her to still be a virgin. It just tracks in his personality profile now that I think about it. Like in hindsight, yeah, why would he not want her to be one? He's greedy. Of course he wants to be the first one to consume her. He's such a nasty nigga, bro. He's such a nasty freaky frog, bro. Ugh. Yeah, he's most despicable. We moving on from him, bro. We're moving all the way to fuck on. Ugh. Ugh, brother. Ugh. L episode of the week. No surprise here. You guys are probably already thinking it. I'm gonna say, but it's not an L episode for the same reason y'all think it's an L episode. The L episode of the week this week goes to Blue Lock, but it's not because of animation. I will never, as long as I do this, I will try not my best not to hate on Blue Lock's animation because the show itself, I like it. But this episode's the L episode of the week because we left the formula that I like. This whole episode was about Rayo trying to get back with his man Nagi. And they showed off some of the other people abilities. We got to see Nagi looking cool. Rio got his name in his moment. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about Rayo, bro. That's the only reason it's an L episode. The episode itself was well put together. It was interesting. It went on the psychology portions. We got to see Asagi break down how he's gonna replicate what he did. The episode as a whole was solid. But compared to everything else I watched this week, it's the L episode. And it's because I don't give a fuck about Rayo's story, bro. I just don't. It was still good. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it enough. It's L. I would have been better. I would have enjoyed it better if we got more of the end part where where Sai's brother, where Rin's brother is like trash talking the manager and trying to plot what he wants. I would have been happier watching more of Isagi figuring out his skill and how to apply it and what he's gonna do next. The 10 minutes of Rio in the middle, I didn't need it, bro. That's the only reason it's getting the L episode. I just didn't need it. I didn't need it. Rayo has been around enough that I think I'm supposed to care about him, but I don't. I would have preferred a Batra episode. I would have preferred like maybe another Chigiri if they was gonna do something dope with it. And I definitely don't give a damn about the Connie, the nun character, the Connie dude. Definitely don't give a fuck about him. So this episode, for all those reasons, it was an L episode, bro. It was still like a solid 6 of an episode. It was like it did its thing, but don't give a fuck about Rio. Sorry, bro. Next award, best plot twist of the week. Believe it or not, the best plot twist of the week is gonna go to Dan and Dan. Turbo Granny not being as evil as she seems was a massive plot twist. As a man who has a weenie, if she's trying to gobble my weenie and literally take it away and make me smooth like a Ken doll, you are an enemy of man, and thus you must be terminated. But to find out that she became like this, specifically location bound, because she was going around consoling the girls whose spirits who were harmed in heinous ways in different areas, and she would console those spirits and bring them back to where she was chilling, or go reside where they were chilling or where they gathered to try and console them. It's a beautiful fucking story and a dark fucking path. It just really is. I wasn't prepared for it. She seems like such a jerk, and like now in hindsight, it makes you wonder like it's even more interesting to note when you really think about it that two things happen at the same time. Okarun, a boy, went to a place where boys shouldn't go, and Momo, a girl, went to a place where girls shouldn't go because the aliens wanted a womb to procreate and try to get bananas to procreate with. And like, well, if you don't have a banana, you have the other thing that we want, so we're gonna rip it out of you. And it's like, well, that's fucking terrible. And then you have Okarona boy who went to somewhere where boys shouldn't go and got his weenie gobbled by a shawty. It's crazy when you think about it. It's actually crazy as hell. Huh. But yeah, that's plot twist of the week. Honorable mention to Syr just being a loose personality of Freya. That was also a plot twist I wasn't prepared for, but it's also something I already kind of knew. We knew that Syr had some connection to Freya, but to realize that it's literally just a loose personality, like not even potentially like a whole nother person, like an actual people person, that fucking blew my mind. That was insane. But yeah, honorable mention to that one, but Turbo Granny gets a award tonight. Oh yeah, this hoe. Yeah. Freya, anytime she wants it. Top assist goes to Hina from Blue Box for accidentally leading Chi-san right into Taki's lap. She is trying to big him up and be a good wing woman, but it's low key kind of like territory marking, which is working against her with when she's trying to wing woman with Chi-san. If she's not careful, it's gonna literally like it's she's gonna drive him into her arms, which is what the other homeboy I think wants to happen. I've come to the conclusion that Hina isn't even aware of her own feelings potentially. Now I think Adorable said that and I was like, what? No way. She has to know. But sometimes you could really be gaslighting yourself so much into thinking that you don't feel or you're being nonchalant about something that you're actually really fucking chalant about. And that's what might be happening here. Where she's like, yeah, he's my friend. He's just a real cool guy, and he doesn't treat me like everybody else treats me, and he's real cool with me, and we have fun all the time. And he's tall and he's kind of strong too. And he's actually pretty good at his sport. And now she's like in love with him and she doesn't even realize it. She has no fucking clue. So there's a chance this is her first time realizing that she might have feelings for him. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But I have to be able to put myself outside of thyself. The death of the ego can lead to a higher path. I gotta leave that ego aside and look at it objectively and be like, oh, if this was the first time she's realizing she might like him, I have to entertain that might be true. I don't think it's true, but I have to entertain it. Just for y'all's sake. So I could be like, you're so close minded. Honorable mention for assist of the week to my girl Yorochi, who was one of the only people to try to even help Ichigo. Everybody else is just kind of standing around. There was like, again, Chad tried, Orihime kind of tried, but I just feel like while Yorochi was setting up to like help save the Soul King, Ishida should not have been able to shoot her. But I just want to give a shout out to, my favorite black woman in all of Bleach. Ass out, toes out, hands down, keeping everything trill 100%, and really one of the few people who was even willing to take a shot at Yabuhaya the Almighty, and then continue to be a nuisance to him until she was dustly removed from the course. I wish she got some backup, but at the same time, I'm giving her honorable mention to top assist of the week for helping Ichigo when there was 5 other people who could have helped too. I'm just saying. Best VA of the week. This one is an easy one. We're giving it to Momo and Okarume's VAs. They were absolutely killing it. I love, like, more so, like, Momo has her moments. Momo's VA has her moments where she gets to show off the range. It's not too often, but when she does it, it's really good. But Okarume's VA, I already know he's Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. I feel like this man is putting his heart, soul, back, and ass into the performance. It is next level. The absolute ranges, and credit to Momo's VA too, because she does it too. The ranges from when they're talking with each other, being nice, to like frantically yelling at each other, and then they're back to just talking normal, and then they start escalating a little bit, and you can hear their range. They're just hitting every fucking syllable so well. It's perfect. And then even Okarume's VA, from when he goes from Okarun to, yeah, man, that about yo. This is what a drag. And he like it's just so well done. The different amount of voices, the range that they go through is just so high and so strong. And in this episode, they really got to show off the full range, beginning to end. It was amazing. One of the best dual VA performances I think I've heard in a long time. Like there's good VAs carrying scenes with a dialogue or a monologue. Aizen's VA is always gonna catch my ear, but the way Momo and Okarume's VA play off each other and they escalate and de-escalate together to like really stay in the conversation, and it really flows and makes it feel real. But this episode, yeah, they went the fuck off, bro. They absolutely went the fuck off. It was beautifully done. All right. we're getting close to the end of the awards. Best boy and best girl of the week. Best girl of the week goes to Momo for helping get our homeboys wiener back. Like, not many women who aren't that interested into you, but they're kind of interested into you, would be cool enough to know that some other woman has your wiener and she's gonna help you get it back. Most of them, they know the wiener that's supposed to be for them is in some other lady's hands. They would say, "That's good for you. Now get the hell out of my face." But she's like, "Let's go run those pockets and get that wiener back for you, my boy." She feels responsible, but at the same time, she also got into some trouble and he had to come through and save her. So it was dope. But outside of all that, the reason she actually gets best girl of the week was for what I said earlier, the wholesome moment where Okarun says sayonara, the long goodbye, like he's never gonna see her again. She's like, does he mean that? He don't mean that. And she is the one that goes out her way to clear up the confusion. If it was up to Okarun, he would have just walked off. He would have went home. He would have thought about it all night, woke up, went to school the next day, probably sad and upset. And then she would have said, "Hey, what's up?" But Momo, being the best girl that she is, she didn't let it get to that. She didn't even let it get to the point of, oh, let him get down. Before he even hit the edge of the barrier, which I noticed, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's right when he got to the edge of the barrier. She goes, "Hey, yo, Okaroon, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, my boy." And he's like, and clears it up so fast that our current friendship is not merely built on you put me in danger, I put you in danger. Yeah, I got superpowers, you got your weenie taken, I owe you one. It wasn't purely built on that. It is a true blue blooming friendship, or at least an acquaintanceship. They're familiar with each other. I still think she likes him. And I know this boy is gonna fall for her eventually. I don't think he has the capability or ability to fall for her right now because like he's still understanding, like, are we even friends? Like, is this somebody I can trust, I can turn to, I can talk to? He's still going through that phase, but I know she feels something for him. She does. And it's not just like, oh, he's a friend. I think she like him. The name thing is a big part, so it's already a natural attraction. But he's also seems to be like a nice guy that can keep up with her and isn't afraid to get in her face. And that's kind of what she wants slash needs. Because never forget how we met Momo. She had a boyfriend and she swung on him. Okaroon, she don't gotta swing on Okaroon, but they gonna go at it. They gonna argue about what they believe in, and it's nice. She also understands his situation. She understands his situation, and she's just a solid shawty. So yeah, that's why she gets best girl of the week, bro. Best girl of the week. Best boy of the week goes to Ishida. Why? Because he had the coolest fight this week. I don't care what nobody says. Look, it's not very often I give any filthy Quincy some love, but today we're gonna give this filthy Quincy some love because he was doing Ichigo dirt. He was putting hands on him. He was floating around him, making him look silly. And at the end of the day, he blew a part of his guts out from the front, not the back. And yeah, it was dope. Um, I was just proud he went toe to toe. My favorite moment of the fight is when Ichigo is taking the fight mad serious, and he's like, "Yeah, if I close the distance on Ishida, he won't be able to handle me." So like he gets in close, and Ishida's like, "Oh, you thought I can't fight from this close?" And he does one of these, and he just shoots a line of arrows at Ichigo from point blank range because Ichigo was like, couldn't imagine he could do that. He's like, "What? He can shoot it without a bow?" He's like, "What you thought I was in the lab for? Nothing? You thought I was spending all this time with these Quincy fucks just to not be able to run your fade? You got another thing coming, my boy. If you thought you was about to catch something out here, I'm leaving here with something. And it's probably gonna be some Soul Reaper ass." And that's what he did. He beat some Soul Reaper ass, bro. It was exciting. He should have shown once again why he is the only one who can truly stand next to, and sometimes every once in a while above Ichigo as like a co-MC. He's a good Sasuke, bro. He's a really good Sasuke, honestly. I do like that. I also like that he has a plan that he's not sharing with the class, and I definitely think he's plotting all the Almighty. And I'm interested to see if the Almighty's assistant is going to be able to figure this out or not. So I'm keeping my eyes open, and I'm pretty excited about what's to come next in Bleach. Next, we are getting into the episode of the week. Episode of the week goes to danmachi. Look, danmachi had a little bit of everything this week, and it sprinkled it in beautifully. You got the horny fan service of Syr pressing Belle, and poor Belle like having to basically fight her off literally tooth and nail. It was a lot of good angles of service that we were fans with, and that like I know personally I would have folded the Syr, bro. I would have folded 3 times over, and then probably folded her twice as many times without even thinking about it easily. It was fantastic. But they also mixed in some of the wholesome moments of Bell really having to examine and come to terms with his own feelings and what he wants to do slash what he got to do and who he's gonna show respect to. I still to this day, it's weird, but I like it. Whenever he needs an excuse for not doing something nasty with a shawty, he says Hestia would be mad at me. He knows he likes eyes, he wants eyes, but he don't use eyes as an excuse. He goes, Hestia won't let me. Like, I can't do that. I can't do that to Hestia because at the end of the day, Hestia's the bottom bitch. That's the main one. That's the one he never wants to displease. And we all know that for him to get eyes, we know he's gonna go ask Hestia for permission. Although he doesn't owe it to her, I'll be the first one to say he does not owe Hestia anything outside of the thanks and the gratitude for everything she's done. When it comes to his personal life and who he wants to hunch on, he don't have to go to Hestia about that. But I know he's going to because he's a good guy. The horn reveal for danmachi was insane. Realizing I didn't realize she was trying to kill Belle. When they said that's not Syr, I was like, okay, cool. I didn't realize that he was about to die until like I saw the goddamn knife. Even when he's like, Syr, son, what are you doing? I thought she was like trying to put a finger in his butt. Okay, I'm joking. I thought she was like trying to bring him in for a hug, and then you get the other angle, and Shawty's holding a knife to his spine. I'm like, fam, I would have died. I was like, oh my god, I would have died. I would have died. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I don't know when. So like, okay, no, I know when. It was at the gazebo, but like I had questions in my head whether Horn was the one that was in the bed with him or not, but I forgot I cleared that up. She was not the one in bed. That was actually Syr. It was when he went to go meet her and it was the wrong person. Got it. Easy. The Chunibyo dude was funny, but he was also like capable. Like I knew I was supposed to believe that he was capable, he was strong, he was gonna put hands on people, but the amount that he actually was blew my fucking mind. It really did. I was wholly unprepared for him to be that good at fighting, and his weapon was actually dope. Very dope. The fight with the tavern ladies versus the Freya Familia was absolutely insane. It was gory. I didn't expect everybody to get bodied the way they got bodied, but they did not hold back on them to the point where they literally knocked the Chunny Boyo out of one of the cat girls. Like she started talking regular. You ever got your ass beat so bad you start talking regular? Or I guess you start talking funny? Maybe she was speaking in tongues. That's when I knew it was bad. That's when I knew it was serious. I was like, yo, they knocked the fun out this bitch. This is fucking crazy shit. Absolutely insane work. But yeah, danmachi definitely got the episode of the week. It was the episode of the week. It had everything that I could want in an episode and then some. And then some. Not saying Dan and Dan wasn't fantastic. Not saying that Bleach wasn't like a fantastic episode of Bleach. But yeah, this week I gotta give it to danmachi. It had everything that those other episodes had, but just a little bit better. And ReZero, I even put it above ReZero. It had a better episode of ReZero than I. It had a better episode of ReZero to me. Why is that sentence hard? It had a better episode to me than ReZero had, and I don't even know why. It's intangible. It's intangible. And last but not least, the best animation of the week goes to Dan. Why? Because they had a 12-minute non-stop fight sequence where we fell from the sky 3 to 4 times. There was a giant crab with multiple faces on it. We got to see Okarun transform and untransform, I think, 3 times. The color schemes was beautiful. The frames were gorgeous. Everything just looked amazing, and it was so good. It was so good. The animation was so good. I said I'm going to go back and watch this in dub so I can see it all happen again. I haven't said that about any other episode this week. There's no other episode this week. I said I'm gonna go watch it in dub so I can watch it again, so I can see all the awesomeness happen. Yeah, Dan though, yo, that's the one. That was the one this week. Absolutely beautiful. Fan fucking tastic. But yeah, all right. So we're gonna get into some. That's the end of the awards of the week. We checked the quest board. We got the animes of the week done. Everything's finito. We are going to read chat and then we're gonna end the night. Let's see. I can confirm that romance should have been less from ReZero, and comedy should also be less. Dead. Let me call in because I already know the awards will be biased. Stop. It's about time. I'll say he need to go defend his princess. Makes sense to me. Yes, but no. Yes, but no. I hear you. It makes sense he has to go defend his princess, but everybody's here right now on this mission. Your princess is like nowhere to be found. Like, why would you go defend her when you could just help? Helping us defeat them here is defending your princess. That's what the Subaru route was. That's what the Subaru route was. If we defeat the Archson bishops now, then my princess will be safe eventually. But hey, that's just me. Um, Most despicable. I think they're hiding how nasty he is. Dude is playful, but can probably throw the fuck down. I hope so. I hope he's not a bad guy. Most despicable is also less. I heard she was eating mofos. What a thug. He's greedy and wants her chastity. Yeah, I think so too. Hard disagree with Dan. Platos was the less Sinarch was a dragon. Nah, that's honestly it was a funny twist, but it was like a crazy plot twist because I didn't know what they look like anyways. That's 4 awards already. Honor if it's love Hina is feeling. I don't really see her having male friends. I don't see her having male friends either. It's literally just those two. It's literally just those two. And I don't know if she would call that other dude her friend. If I'm being real with you. I would call it her friend, but I don't know if she would call it her friend. Maybe she doesn't be the only girl in the group. That's being greedy. I could see that too, because this is not like it wouldn't be the first time a shawty did that. But that's being greedy. You want to be the only girl in the group too? It's like, come on, you're asking for too much. Stop. That's 5 awards. 5 awards for who? Bezvi is also Lust from ReZero. Definitely killed it. Oh, this guy's counting awards for his person. You already know the real best girl is DN. That's 6 awards. I'm not entertaining that. I give that much to this one, even though Lust Sinatra deserved the episode's award. This guy. No, wrong. Okay, y'all. This is the end of episode 4 of Sos Maho Radio, the only ever rated anime show, radio show on Spotify and YouTube. I'm your host, DN. Formerly known as Director Nasty. Appreciate your support. Make sure you go check out the Clips channel. Make sure if you want to catch the live show, we're live every Monday night on Twitch. Crash out King DN. A link is in the description. All that stuff is down below. If you want to call in, join the Discord. You can call in maybe on a week where my audio is actually working correctly. The first 3 weeks it was fine, but this week it decided to crap out. But we're going to get it fixed in time for week 5. If you want to call in, join the Discord. You can call in and state your words, state your beef, have your words said. So, with that being said, this is the end of Sos Maho Radio, the only anime radio show in the motherfucking world. I'm DN, and we're out.